Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Cannata, and this is an urban legend called hidings. I would like to tell you a story today about something that happened once in a small town just like ours, on a warm autumn day just like this. See, there was this girl who went to the high school who drove an old blue sedan. She lived on a farm about 8 miles out of town, and she used the car to get back and forth. She had stayed late that night at school to see a basketball game. She loved to cheer on the team, to be part of the crowd, to let that noise wash over her. After the game, she stayed to chat with some friends and to congratulate the team on their impressive win. Finally, she headed out across a nearly empty parking lot to a car and got in her car to head home. As she pulled away from the school, she noticed a red pickup truck following her out of the lot. A few minutes later, the truck was still behind her. I guess we're going in the same direction, she thought. But for some reason, she couldn't stop watching the truck. She kept checking her rearview mirror. That's how she noticed something odd. When she changed her speed, the truck changed its speed. When she passed a slow-moving car, the truck passed it as well. Then, he turned on his high beams, flooding her car with light. And he left them on for almost a minute. It was blinding. Okay, he probably just wants to pass me, she thought. But he didn't pass her. It's all right, I'll turn soon, she said to comfort herself. Because to get home, she would soon turn onto a quiet back road. Not too many people went that way. So she turned onto the back road, and the truck followed the sedan. This didn't feel like a coincidence anymore. I've got to get away from him, she said to herself, and she began to drive faster. The truck was still close behind her, and the driver turned on his high beams again. After a minute, he turned them off. And then almost immediately, he turned them on again and off again. She drove faster now, much faster than the speed limit, but the truck stayed right behind her. And then the high beams were on again, and the car was ablaze with light. What is he doing? When the lights dimmed to their normal brightness, the girl was gripping her steering wheel anxiously. What does he want? I don't get it. A minute later, the high beams were on again, and this time he left them on. At last, the girl pulled into her driveway. She felt relief knowing that the truck would not follow her here, but the truck pulled in right behind her. She jumped from the car, she ran to her house, and as she stood at the door fumbling for the right key, she glanced back to see the driver get out of the truck. His face was grim, his fists were clenched. "My parents are right inside," she shouted, "and we're going to call the police." "Good," he called back, "but don't call them on me. Call the police on him." And he pointed at the blue sedan. In the back seat, crouched low, there was a man holding a knife. He looked crazed and he looked trapped. "See, I saw him creeping behind your car and slip into the back seat before you left the school," the man explained. "Somehow you didn't notice." Why didn't you do anything?" the girls demanded. "Well, I wanted to warn you. I wanted to make sure you were all right, but there wasn't time. So I followed you, and at first the man stayed hidden, and I couldn't see, but then he rose up, ready, and he reached out, and the only thing that I could think to do, the only thing was turn on my high beams." A terrifying idea, I know, but don't fret, my neighbors, because the moral of the story is that there will always be someone there to be a light for us in the darkness. Thank you for listening.